Shoppers beware! Google is tracking you offline too. A new Google tracking program that links shoppers' offline purchases to their web activity is drawing concerns over privacy and data security and has prompted one privacy watchdog to file a federal complaint. With its store sales measurement program, Google claims it can now prove online ads lead directly to in-store purchases. The company used third-party partnerships to obtain access to the debit and credit card records of 70% of American consumers. The transaction data is encrypted and made anonymous using an algorithm that then matches it to users on Google and other Google-owned services. The tech giant did not disclose the formula it uses to supposedly protect consumer data, but insists the information remains safe and private and that advertisers receive only aggregated information. Google claims users can opt out easily by unchecking certain settings, but these settings are confusing and vague, according to the privacy rights group that wants the program investigated. Critics also worry that Google is putting consumers at risk, since even with encryption, the data could be hacked or breached. Don't let YouTube ad bots dictate what TomoNews reports. Support us at patreon.com/TomoNews. Privacy? What privacy? How to protect your personal data at the US border. Business people and journalists have long been paranoid about protecting their personal data when visiting countries like China and Russia. But now travelers to the United States are also reporting increasingly invasive behavior by the US Customs and Border Protection Agency. In one recently publicized case, a Canadian man missed his flight to the US while a Customs and Border Protection officer used his passwords to access profiles on a gay hookup app and website. To secure your data at the US border, notify a loved one or your attorney before passing through a checkpoint, and again after you have passed through. If you are detained and have your devices confiscated, you may not be able to alert anyone. Turn off your device's fingerprint unlocking function, as visitors such as green card holders may be required to provide fingerprints. Encrypt your devices with a strong password and use a strong PIN. And turn all devices off, because some encryption tools only work properly if a device has been powered down. Prepare a spare phone and laptop computer that you only use when you travel. Link these devices to secondary accounts with their own unique usernames and passwords that you only use for travel. Do not link them to your main accounts. Wipe your devices before you leave home and delete any sensitive apps. For extra protection, make sure that even you cannot access your device while passing through US border control. Set up two-factor authentication on your device, but keep your SIM card at home, destroy it, or mail it to your destination. That way, even if you're forced to divulge your PIN, you won't be able to unlock your device. One caveat: taking any of the above measures may arouse suspicion and lead to a longer detention or denial of entry if you are not a citizen. Unfortunately, there isn't much you can do to protect your Facebook or other social media accounts. A fake account might fool an individual officer, but experts strongly advise against doing anything that could be construed as lying to a government agent. Facebook knows all your browsing habits. A US judge has dismissed a lawsuit against Facebook that accuses it of tracking users' browsing activities, even after they've logged out of their account, with the judge saying plaintiffs could have kept their online activity private, but chose not to. Websites create small text files known as cookies that are stored in the user's computers. These allow websites to recognize the users and their preferences. Cookies are usually deleted after users leave certain websites. Facebook has promised that cookies are deleted when users log out. However, the site continues to store user data such as account IDs. Facebook also tracks users through third-party websites that feature the Facebook like buttons. When users visit web pages with embedded like buttons, the browser automatically sends information to both Facebook and the server of the web page. Facebook started using web browsing data for interest-based advertising in 2014, which displays ads for products that users have already been looking at in their Facebook feed. Users can choose to opt out of this type of advertising by modifying their account settings.
Internet-connected Barbie alarms privacy advocates. After a year of plummeting profits, Mattel has announced an interactive Barbie doll, sales of which the company hopes will reverse its fortunes. But privacy advocates are worried. Mattel's new doll, called Hello Barbie, can understand speech and is able to reply conversationally. When a button on the doll is pressed, it records the user's speech, then sends the recording via Wi-Fi internet connection to a cloud server. The server recognizes the speech and sends a reply back to be spoken by the doll. The servers retain information from past conversations with the user, which the toy uses to personalize conversation. Audio files recorded by the doll can also be emailed to parents automatically so they can review the recording's contents. Privacy advocates warn the same features which make the toy interactive also make it a surveillance device. Mattel Inc. says their company respects customers' privacy, and the Hello Barbie toy complies with the U.S. government standards for information security.
Hey Tomo Sapiens! Help us beat the ad bots by joining our Patreon news squad at patreon.com/TomoNews.
Police use radars to see inside homes. At least 50 U.S. law enforcement agencies are now equipped with a radar device that allows them to detect human movement through the walls of houses. The device, known as Range R, operates as a highly sensitive Doppler motion detector. It can detect human movement from a distance of up to 50 feet. The device beams radar waves through a wall and calculates the distance of the target by analyzing reflected waves. The device has a 160-degree conical field of view and can detect movements as slight as human breathing. It works through brick as well as concrete, but cannot penetrate metal. Use of technology raises both legal and privacy issues, and a 2001 U.S. Supreme Court ruling barred authorities from using high-tech sensors to scan inside someone's home without first obtaining a search warrant.
This is how your smart TV spies on you. WikiLeaks' latest documents allege the CIA developed a secret hacking program that can turn smart TVs into bugging devices. Smart TVs are often equipped with cameras, microphones, and internal memories, and can connect to the internet. WikiLeaks says the CIA's Weeping Angel hack can place the smart TV in fake off mode, leading the owner to believe the TV is off when it's actually on. The TV then operates as a bug. It is able to secretly record conversations through the camera and microphone and send the files to a CIA server. Samsung's F8000 series smart TVs were allegedly hacked by the CIA. Vizio, which has sold more than 11 million smart TVs since 2010, was fined $2.2 million last month after it was found to have been tracking audience habits without asking permission first. LG's current smart TVs do not collect user data, but the older models do. License plate readers are targeting poor people. Automatic license plate recognition systems are in use all over the United States, but both cops and private agencies appear to be using them to target low-income individuals. License plate readers mounted on police cars scan the plates of every vehicle that passes and notify the officer if the plate is suspect. Police also have access to a database containing billions of privately gathered license plate scans, which they can cross-reference with their own database of outstanding warrants. The scans come mainly from private debt collection agencies, who use the technology to track down and collect bounties on vehicles flagged for repossession. At least 2 companies from Massachusetts admitted to targeting low-income areas whose residents are more likely to be behind on payments. Meanwhile, data uncovered on the Oakland Police Department in 2014 also found that they deployed more readers in poor neighborhoods, as well as in areas with more African Americans and Latinos. As a result, low-income communities of color face a disproportionate amount of scrutiny and policing, compared to areas with a wealthier and whiter population. Likewise, very few laws govern how information obtained by license plate readers is collected, shared, and stored, which also raises privacy and civil liberty concerns.